What's up? How you doing? My friend Perry, last name Sterry, uh, his family, they're like the biggest suppliers of pigeons in this area. Homing pigeons, they sell food for pigeons, cages, anything to do with pigeons, they sell it. And very wealthy. But he wasn't interested in doing that kind of work. So he went and got a job at a mail order company. And this company sells the rock for the game hopscotch. You know that game that you play? Well, they sell the rock. And he works the 9 to 5 shift. And about a year and a half ago, it was a very quiet day, not much business, and he got a call from a girl that lives in Fairfield, Idaho. She wanted to order a rock. And he said, how many do you want? She says, just one. He goes, well, one rock's $9.95, plus shipping and handling, $4.95 for that. But if you order a lot of rocks, 10 rocks, each rock comes down to $5 and the shipping is the same. She goes, no, it's a rock, it's going to last forever. I just need one. He said, you might lose it. She goes, no. So they started talking about different things. He was bored that day, and they just started talking about different things. And he kind of got to like her, she kind of got to like him. And they exchanged telephone numbers, cell phone numbers. And for the next 6 months, on and off, they would talk to each other. And one time he sent her a gift, dynamite white mints, 5 pounds worth. He shipped them to her. And she was very happy. She said that the best mint she ever had. And then she asked him, I think we should meet. What do you think? And he said, let's go a little slow on this. We'll meet eventually. And she asked again a couple of months down the line, and he said, not sure about that, maybe not. So after a while, she kind of backed off, thinking he wasn't interested, and then he backed off when she backed off, thinking she wasn't interested. 4 months went on after that, and he got lonely. So he decided that, I think I'm going to go visit her. Now, he knew from past conversations that she worked as a secretary in a doctor's office, and he knew what the address was. So he decided he was going to buy a Greyhound ticket and get a kind of disguise going there. Get a fake mustache, sunglasses, and a hat, and just go and see her. Not really talk to her, just go and see her, and then kind of, anonymously disappear into the darkness, unless he went in the daytime. So he went and got all this stuff, got a Greyhound ticket, and went to Fairfield, Idaho. Now the Greyhound bus terminal was about 6 miles away from the doctor's building where she worked. And he had to walk this distance because not many taxis in that area. And he walked, and he had a time, so he would walk there, see her, and then walk back and get on the next Greyhound bus out of there so he didn't get caught. And he was going to make it look like he was a delivery guy. So he had a box of diamond white mints, all taped up, and he had her name on it, kind of like it was being delivered, and he was a delivery guy. So he goes and he walks and he walks. It took him about 2 hours to walk to this location. And he found the building, and he goes upstairs and he looks inside, and he sees her sitting there at the desk doing whatever secretaries do, typing away. He knocks on the door, disguises his voice, and he's all shaky inside and trembling and all that, and he's got sweat going down here. And he hands her the box with her name on it. He goes, reads her name off, and she says, yeah, that's me. He goes, I have a delivery for you, and he hands it to her. He turns around, walks out, and the second he steps and takes a left out of that door where he's not in her vision anymore, he runs down the stairs, runs across the street, and keeps going. Well, apparently she opened up the box and realized, hey, wait a minute, there's only one person that could have sent these things, and that guy that was in here kind of sounded like that guy, so she put one and one together, got two, and figured out that that was him. Anyway, he's kind of like moving at a pace down below, and he's got everything timed so that he gets to the Greyhound terminal, hops on the bus, and goes somewhere else. When he gets to the corner there's a convenience store. He goes in to buy a beverage because he's thirsty, gets the beverage, and waits in line. And there's a delay because the person in front of him doesn't have the proper price on his item, so they have to do a whole price check thing, and he gets delayed there. Now he thinks, well, I better jog a little bit just to make up for lost time. And he starts jogging, and about a quarter mile down the road, there's a railroad crossing, and the second he gets there, a freight train is crossing, so he can't go any further. He has to stop and wait. Now he's thinking, well, what about if she realized it was me? She hops in her car, and then boom, here I am, and because there's like only one road in that town. So he's waiting, and this is like a mile-long freight train. Finally, the train goes by, and now he's really late, and he's thinking, am I going to make the bus, or did I miss it? Well, when he arrives at the bus station, the bus had left 2 minutes prior to that, and he missed it. Now he's going to wait 2 hours there. And he's sitting there, and he takes out a quarter, and he puts it inside one of those television sets that they have at the Greyhound station. He starts watching TV. And out of the corner of his eye, he looks, and he sees somebody coming in there. And he turns his head, and he sees it's that girl. And that girl is holding that box that he gave her. And she looks all sad and nervous. And she says to him, "Are you Harry Sterry?" And he nods yes. And she goes, "You came all this way to meet me, and you just leave without saying anything that it's you?" Anyway, that's like his style. You know, he's like undercover. He calls me up and tells me this story like a month ago. And he says that, you know, he's going to be staying there for a while. Looks like things are working out for him. So I go, that's cool. So I was just thinking, you know, that's kind of like an amazing story, you know, the coincidences that happened to keep him there so that she would meet him. And if it was up to him, he would have just looked at her, said, okay, I'm satisfied, I met her and all that, and then he would have gone back home, and that would have been the end of it. But because of the freight train and because of the guy in front of him at the convenience store who had the wrong price or had no price tag on his item, and they had to go and check it in the back, because of all those delays, it allowed her to catch up to him and meet him. And he's still there in Idaho. So good luck to Perry Sterry.